Okay, here we are back for part 9. I was worried about some kind of flaky behavior with the game. Sometimes it can be a little crashy. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Um, and so I ended part 8 there. All right, this small city now has 2 defenders. Let's do a granary, and then most likely a city wall. Um, unexplored, unexplored, unexplored. I want to enter chaos spawn, no. And okay, so my high level strategy is now I want to summon a champion. So lowest tier so-called zero fame heroes because they can show up when you have 0 fame. I want to summon the highest tier heroes, champions, but that's a fairly expensive spell, so I'm going to want to make sure I've got adequate mana in the bank, because if I have some fights, I need to cast some prayers, especially far away from my home city. That's going to burn through mana pretty fast. And also, meanwhile, I have a lot of lightly defended cities. When they get captured, I can easily lose them along with taxes and cash. I am strategically making a very heavy 162 mana contribution per turn on spell skill. That allows me to bump up my spell skill almost 1 point every turn. That's going to lead to faster progress down the road, but it is a pretty heavy investment. I could do something differently and put some of that mana in my mana pool as well. So I'm going to keep that in mind as I go forward. And again, Serena here is really in pursuit of a neutral city that's kind of off of Cicera's radar. What does the big picture look like down here? So it looks like there's kind of a big continent there. I wonder, I also, casting awareness would potentially help. Oops. I noticed belatedly that there was some enchanted road there I could have been leveraging. War bears. Tough old war bears. Not. There's another city. I also need to find Cicera's capital as soon as possible. Poor old magic spirit cannot use the road to explore. And a whole lot of aerial troops circulating around. That's going to be true for quite some time. All right. I now have completed a war college, and to be honest, here's what I think I ought to do. I need to keep Cicera from invading Arcanus at will. It's potentially going to be pretty hard because Cicera is a lot stronger than me. I'm wondering if I could make a stack of longbowmen and park them on the tower, if they'd be able to turn back any opposite. So longbowmen is one choice, magicians are another, or a mix of the two. I think what I'm going to do is build the Wizards Guild and then build a couple magicians, a couple longbowmen, and get a sense of who makes the better garrison force, and park that on the tower and see if I can keep Cicera out. I don't want a big old stack of Cicera circulating through my beautiful, beautiful Arcanus at will, especially with all my. Now, also, if I wanted a bunch of mana in a hurry, I could cash in some of this, but all of this stuff all the magic items I've saved are potentially worth their weight in gold, or 10 times their weight in gold when I finally summon a champion. So I'm going to once again with a artifact that costs around 200. And what do we find here? Oh ho 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 ho! I have now found Cicera's capital. This is a very important find, and Cicera's got an angel. That's pretty tough. Gargoyle's pretty tough. Doom Drakes are pretty tough. Frankly, if I got Zaldron and Serena down here together, I totally might be able to take out this capital. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. And benefit, if I were to take out the capital, I would get half of Cicera's very terrible 14,000 mana in my hand. So, and where exactly is that on the big map? So they're pretty high right under the YNR mirror. That's Morndar, Cicera's capital. And we're just going to let this guy keep exploring along. Sprites. No, don't go in. Oh my gosh. Does this guy have any chance? A magic spirit might be able to kill him. Boy, that was a bad click. What was I thinking? Oh, I got Phantom Warriors. So let's ooh, ouch. Do I have healing? Yeah. Let's keep this guy alive. These sprites have they're flyers, so they're only going to attack who they want to attack. And let's see if they'll attack the Phantom Warriors. Attack me, attack me. I can't really force it to attack because I'm ground based and they're flying, so they attack whoever they want. There we go. Okay, and 80 and a Dispel Magic True spell. But again, Death Knights, my magic spirit would not be able to defeat. Death Knights are super tough. Okay, here's another enchanted road I can use to explore some stuff. And I'm hoping to eventually get to some territory that is not much on Cicera's radar. Earth Elementals. There might be some pretty good treasure in there. Let's see if Cicera, or if since I'm a flyer, an Earth Elemental can't really force battle. 4 shots and I got him. 80 mana crystals. Well, okay. Now that the magic spirit has finished exploring there, the next thing for him to do is to make his way over to Mirror and help explore up there. So where exactly is that capital? And So need to head that way. And what is that? Did just that. Oops. Zaldron could have been up there. All right. Oh, Phantom Beast. Okay, well, now I know. And I wanted to work my way up here. That was the node that seemed like it might have been unoccupied. That's it. That's it. That's the unoccupied chaos node up there by the tower. Okay, so we got to keep this magic spirit alive on his trip up there. So let's get him over water. And what about this guy? Oh, Nagas? No, okay. Didn't I have a node that I took over someplace? Jiminy Christmas. What was going on there? Okay, these were guys I was worried might be the... Okay, so that's unexplored, that's Nagas, that's Nagas. Let's go explore. Alright, we got priests, which have their ranged attack, and spearmen. Oh my gosh. So first of all, I need to get prayer or my spearmen are going to be slaughtered in no time by that priest. And I hope that's enough. Wow. Okay. Now I'm hoping I can confuse these cavalry units. Alright, it's stuck. I better run away from them for now. Yeah, ouch. Cavalry also is very hard on spearmen. Just because I don't know how soon that confusion's going to kick in, I gotta do something about these cavalry, even though they're confused, unfortunately, or they'll just rip up my spearmen in no time. Huh. Don't know. Wow. With 31, do I have heroism? Heroism's 20. That's kind of like my only hope here now. Okay. Huh. Do I win? Yeah. So the guys were mine, and it hit the end of turn, and I won. Sage's Guild, let's follow that up with the Alchemist Guild. And Forester's Guild, let's follow that up with the Miners Guild. Okay, I need to go find a lone spearman somewhere, because he's the guy who just had his buddies killed, and there he is. And what's this city building? Marketplace. Okay, so Rosewood, when that marketplace gets done, we want to build a spearman for sure. And what does the surveyor say? Unexplored. Hydra, they're pretty tough too, actually. Where was that? It was way over there, right? Wasn't it? I'm gonna send a guy there. And did I really not have any? Wait, that's a chaos node. Why didn't I? So this guy was actually sent to take over that chaos node. And he may need Zaldron's help to do that. Alright, are 3 pikemen enough? I'm going to think 3 pikemen are enough. I'm going to build a granary, and then notice we're piling on troops pretty fast here, so. And this guy was going to work his way up toward the water for safe travel up to that chaos node. I've actually sent 2 guys off now. A lone bowman just isn't much of a threat. Let's check into taking out this city down here. We got a priest, we got some pikemen, and a swordsman. That looks like the kind of thing that I ought to be able to take out. Yeah, notice how with that staff upgrade, Zaldron's just a whole lot tougher. He's able to take out stacks in 2 shots pretty reliably. And that's delicious experience. And back to this, I need to buy a defender here. What can this city build? Well, all the way up through pikemen. Maybe I ought to buy at least 1 pikeman. Let's do a swordsman. And let's go to settlers. Upgrade to settlers. Upgrade to pikemen. And can the city's productivity pull it off? Yep, 1 turn. And I'm also going to alchemy a bit. I need to keep a bunch of alchemy because I'm going to be buying defenders. And here we are. There's my neutral city that I was hoping for. And it looks like, they're on the same landmass as Sisera. Let's go see what we've got going up here, because that's another enchanted road I can use to explore. There's a Sisera town. I'm not fighting Sisera at this point because, ooh, that's a pretty well-developed Dark Elf town. And that's another pretty well-developed Dark Elf town. I'm thinking maybe I'll take over all these guys. Starting here, the end of the road. I think Serena can fight these, can melee with these swordsmen without these cavalry without getting hurt. But let's go see if we can confirm that. Meanwhile, okay, taking no damage. Still no damage. Still no damage. And there we go. Nope, I want to add it to my empire. Okay, at this stage, if Cicero pulled off a planar seal, I can put a summoning circle here and use my word of recall. Dark Elves, unfortunately, have a whole lot of unrest. And that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, especially with the really high tax rate that I like and need. So there's some halberdiers. And I want to really know the shape of all these continents. Phantom Beast. Towers tend to have very good rewards, so it's a little bit of a shame I've never taken one out, but really my strategy is to take over enemy cities here. And I can use the money from a bank. Oh, that's what I'm going to go. It's only 4 turns away. Marketplace here. Let's follow it up with a farmer's market. That'll free up. Oh my gosh. That farmer's market only had 1 defender. What was I thinking? Okay, here's another. Got this up to 1,300. And I believe I can summon a champion. Don't know who I'm going to get. Let's find out. 563 magic. And I need to see. Okay, I just put a city to work on a farmer's market. And it had 1 defender. Oh my gosh. What am I thinking here? Was this the Rosewood that lost a guy in a... Okay, we can pop out a spearman in 1 turn here. Yeah, Rosewood. Okay, that was the one. Ingrained to go through that progression. So remember when I sent this guy down to a town? Well, that town got destroyed by raiders or something. So that's why there's no town there. Who needs a priest defender more? This guy. Yeah, Rosewood. Rosewood's already had 1 bad fight. All right, priest is on his way. Something we're going to do here is how many turns until that champion shows up? 5 or 6 turns. Okay. I guess we don't need to pop out that. It's going to make room for the champion we're summoning. But I guess I don't really need to do that. There. And don't need endurance anymore. And let's meld. So right now my magic base is a very impressive 178. And then I meld, and now it's 184. So pick up 6 mana per turn by virtue of having that node. And this guy's going up here. And there's a pikeman. So on this end of the road city here, I've got, do I want to wait 3 turns for another pikeman? You know, I don't really see anybody on the horizon, so waiting for 3 turns sounds pretty reasonable. Meanwhile, Zaldron needs to go kill people. And that's good. Got to be very careful to stay over water here. Okay. We got 800 and we got taxes flowing in, so I think we can build another halberdier here. And they all have a ranged attack, but they are very expensive. 25 for spearmen. That's over double. That's like 2.5 times a human. And halberdier. And next turn, Mirror is a very dangerous place. A couple halberdiers, especially without walls, that's not the best. This guy needs to patrol, and let's go take over this city as well. I think so. I got 20 shots, and I just don't think I'm going to do this without prayer. Maybe, well, alternately, yeah, none of these guys can hurt me with their melee, so I'm very tight on mana right now, and so I'm going to let my melee do my talking. Took no damage. Need to pay attention to that. Still no damage. Don't wish to destroy the city. 56 were looted. A granary was destroyed. No civilian casualties. That's kind of nice. Serena's now a superhero. Next to the top rank. So Serena is close to as powerful as she's ever going to get, because she's got a pretty much maxed out equipment set. As I mentioned before, Serena is one of the lowest, she's the very bottom tier of hero. So, okay, so I really want to get walls on this, and it's going to take 19 turns, but that's what it takes. It's kind of interesting because if I stuck in a couple quick little spearmen, that would free up another worker. So maybe 4 turns for spearmen. So that's 8 turns to free up another worker. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. City walls, I guess. Nah, this is mirror. I better, I better get at least 4 halberdiers going on. Spearmen, swordsmen, and you can patrol. And wow, all rebellion there. Lion, spearmen, swordsmen. Oh wow, this can make knight blades. They're 120. Yeah, not much production with this highly rebellious city here. And I'm kind of reconsidering if Cicero's going to want to try to take it back. But if I don't, I don't know if Cicero's ever going to bother sending troops down the road. So let's try leaving Cicero alone and see how that works for us. Exploring mirror there. Okay, now we got 2 spearmen and let's go to work on some walls, people. 9 turns. Okay. And closing in on this. Okay, there's another aerial town to take out. Small one. So I'm starting at the bottom of that continent and I'm just going to work my way up. No, don't completely destroy it. Oops, dang it. So I hit done. Oh well. What do we got here? Engineers were headed for that city and they found it. Uh-oh. I got random raiders heading my way. Okay. We got a granary. Let's go get city walls. Walls going up everywhere. And this guy, I didn't get garrison started. For such a small, insignificant city, I'm not going to spend a lot on defenders. Might end up regretting that later, but I'm just going to let him. Is he going to be able to? I really would like Zaldron to be able to make it up to the. Yep, still 1 turn. All right, we should have a swordsman there next turn. Meanwhile, let's take out this city over here first. What we got for defenders here? Not a lot. Nope. Don't destroy the city. And it's all drawn. Let's order up a garrison force here. Got pikemen. We're kind of getting a little deeper in enemy territory here, so maybe we better have pikemen defenders. Spearmen, swordmen, upgrade to settlers, upgrade to pikemen. Okay. What do we got here? Wow, more war bears. All right, another. Yeah, and then we were gonna buy another one here. That's gonna put my gold in a pretty big hole. And you patrol, and I do not have enough gold. Just still 3 turns away from that champion. Okay, so now we're gonna put. We need some gold. We need some mana, and I'm gonna go from halberders to spearmen. That's still gonna take 5 whole turns. Actually, though, I gotta have gold for a spearman, don't I? Okay. And let's get Serena out there making money. I'm a superhero. I should be able to take on a stone giant. Well, there's 2 of them. Oh, I'm invisible. There we go. Serena's making money. The final, Serena's just 1 promotion away from her maximum level. That last promotion's a real nice one to demigod. Retort of Node Mastery. So a retort of Node Mastery, I think, is going to dramatically from nodes. See how, remember when that was just in the 100 something? I'm now making 231 turn. So that Node Mastery is going to really accelerate my progress here. That was a nice reward. It wasn't any gold, it wasn't any mana, but it was something. And we got raiders. I hope that's not a huge stack. A couple bowmen, and I got priests. Oh wow. Yeah, priest behind walls against bowmen. This is going to be easy. Maybe. And ranged attack, and they've exhausted their ranged attack. But the bowmen just have very little melee. The priests are kind of okay on their melee. Plus, there's only 2 figures left in that. Go at it, guys. There we go. I have mastered the spell Air Elemental. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Spell Lock, Cockatrices, Stone Giant, Stasis. I guess Spell Lock it is. And Zaldrun's a Grand Lord. That bumps up his casting. Alchemist Guild. I got done with the Alchemist Guild here. What's next? Parthenon and then University. I guess that, does that mean that town could produce Paladin? I guess its military infrastructure wasn't built up. Okay, Halflings, that's okay. Sages Guild. Again, Death Knights are very tough. We will not be fighting Death Knights anytime soon. Oh, okay, there's my other halberdier, except I'm going to have the dude come over to this city. Now, it's got 3. Oh, a spearman, 2 halberdiers. Okay. And I need another spearman here. Yes. And because I'm kind of out of gold, I need another spearman here. That's all I can afford right now. And you guys patrol. So Serena's on a loot finding mission. Sprites, yeah, they're pretty low level. Oh my gosh. Enchant Road spell. It's also doesn't help the pocketbook at all, but it's appreciated just the same. I got 1 pikeman, and how long does it take me to produce a swordsman? 2 turns. Let's let that, then we'll have a pikeman and a swordsman. And let's take out this troop of 4 to be trooping around killing people. So, by the way, part of what I'm thinking here is I want to go attack Cicero's capital, but I want Zaldra and Serena together. And I'm thinking that Serena is going to complete Spell of Return any minute now. And then Zaldra needs to go over and send her back to beat banishment. So this town will build a swordsman in 2 turns. I think that's enough. And this one, let's go to work on our city walls, buddy. No, granary, then city walls. We'll have a granary in 2 turns, and that'll give us another worker to work on the city walls. And here we, oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to have this guy drop his endurance, and he's going to patrol, and he's not going to be able to take over that node until somebody can go up there and dislodge that cavalry. If it wasn't in a node, I might be able to do the thing I did before with casting, but, and remember how I said Ariel was going to return any minute? Now she has. Isami. And now I got Ariel's spell casting to contend with. I got 2 pikemen, I got 2 swordsmen. Frankly, I want to show you guys what an air elemental can do. Air elementals, they, what have they got? +1 to hit. They hit for 15 with a +1 bonus. They're invisible. They got poison immunity. They got stoning immunity, and they got weapon immunity, which basically gives them 10 shields against conventional weapons. So, oh, but pikemen have These pikemen have magic weapons, so that weapon immunity isn't doing much. There's some counter magic. Wow, those pikemen sliced up my air elemental. Well, that was a bad match. I very well might lose this little swordsman town. This is why we need to keep Ariel. You know, if Ariel wasn't counterspelling, I could do some heroism, some phantom warriors, but you know, and I am surprised. I should have checked to see the magic weapons on the pikemen. If so, I might have held off. If they hadn't, then I would have really expected the air elemental to do more damage than that. But you know, I just don't have the mana to win. Well, what about confusion though? All right, the one way I could win this is through confusion. Let's. Nope, fizzled. Well, put me out of my misery quickly. So now that they have heroism, they have a resistance of 8, although, well, it's probably going to get fizzled anyway. Can I drop a heroism on, or a confusion on these guys? They're a lot tougher than those, so I need to confuse the dominant guys if I can. And it's stuck. Okay, so now we need to run away to give confusion time to work, we hope. Holy weapon. Computer doesn't realize who's confused here. And computer kind of froze. Oh, please, please be mine about now. Yes, yes, boom, yes. Wow. Take that, Ariel. Uh-oh. Now, I've got 3 pikemen against 2 pikemen. They got magic weapons, I don't. But we get this for Ariel can counter magic. And I could counter magic too, but I'm going to do prayer instead. Because I think with prayer on my side, I've got a pretty strong advantage here. With 3 against 2. Of course, Ariel might have prayer as well. That would kind of foil things. She's probably going to be casting heroism and holy armor. Okay, now it's 2 against 1. Frankly, I like that even better. And there we go. Again, I won. No matter how you won. That's one of those times. Okay, I got a bank. Now I want to build some expensive stuff. So let's do Mechanicians Guild first. That'll really boost my productivity. Now that I finally got a builder's hall, I can get a granary here. Okay, so I got a city with just 1 pikeman. Champion's just 1 turn away here. Hoping I get a caster, but you know, every champion in their own way is very powerful. Marcus has his pathfinding, so if I get a champion, we might set Marcus loose. All right, I need to find that lone pike because he needs reinforcements. There he is. Yeah, he's got enemies on the doorsteps and no walls to greet them with. A wall is a pretty solid start. Okay, so there's that pikeman. And now we need to figure out which city Ariel has returned to. It's probably not lucky enough to have been. Okay, the game is, so I'm going to have to take a break.